Okay, I'm back. Now we're forgetting about the edges and going to we're forgetting about the direct percussion edges. And going to indirect percussion edges. And the biggest problem I see from looking at this carefully is that because of the difficulty I have seeing the surfaces on obsidian, the contours are definitely not optimal, so we're going to have to take that into account. But we do want to get some thinning somehow. So let's see, am I still in camera? Kind of. Wonder if I can, hang on a second, I'm gonna try. I'm going to try and get in here and maybe actually for a change get something where you might can see it. Probably not. You just barely want to have to tap when you're going in on the ends. And you do not want to be working from up by the center line. And you do not want to be squeezing in the middle of your preform. I'm not squeezing at all. I'm bridging back here between, that's where the platform is right there. I'm bridging back there and I've got it jammed in my palm, but I don't have any other support on it. And the bridging just to keep it doing what I'm intending for it to do anyway. It's an insurance policy because I'm pulling slightly up on the punch at an angle that I want to try and shoot it almost straight in flat. So if it works like I would expect it to, I could actually be doing that in the air without the leather. So there's definitely no attempt on my part to hold it. Okay, so that contour needs to come back this way. I'm going to try and shoot one right in between the thing there and there along this ridge. You see that? Shot it right in between them two. So it came to there. Just doing some basal thinning. And definitely on this job. If never else, lightly, I'm not really even pushing that pile. I'm just lightly running it around to get off high burrs. Okay, so we got fairly engaged there for a little short one, little short blender into there. We do that with a pressure flake if we want to. I've gotten where I try and keep a lot of the pressure work off of anything that that isn't tiny, so I'm not sure that there's a huge advantage to pressure work. Can y'all see that flake? It's still on. See that little flake all held together and ran all the way down here, then in the middle from the end on this thing. I think there's value to that. I mean, again, I realize I harp too much on flake quality. There's another. Now see, that one broke several times but did the same thing. There's that flake. There's the one beside it, and there's that flake. I just think there's value in that. I mean, the thing about keeping the flakes together is if you can thin from across the room and down the street, then you know that, granted, you shouldn't be in a position where you need to do that, but still. The degree to which you develop techniques gives you options. Okay, look at this basal thinning on this thing. So, see, the fact that that's a possibility using this technique or these tools, you know, gives me the choice of, I don't have to do it just because I can. If it isn't what I want to do. But, you know, that glass is white on the end now from just being able to see through it. So anyway. Yeah. All right. I don't know what I'm acting like this is all great about. This is really a stinky little platform. Come on. That platform don't want to go. See, you didn't want to go, so the platform next to you got to have the fun ride. Yeah, so what do you think about that? Maybe next time. Combination of, yeah, see, so now it went. I figured if I did that one beside it was kind of a tough platform. A slight combination of over braiding and high and hitting a little faster. This is rolled. Let's see what we can do at the back end of this roll. Blowing up. Usually a sign of a burr. When you see whitishness or see little sprinkles of glass flying when you strike, then ask yourself, well, what is my punch end like? Hinge the crap out of that. Optimistically hitting into a bad contour. It's all about the individual flakes. When you get up in the morning, you say to yourself, self, how far are my flakes going to run today? And the answer is, sir, more than halfway, sir. I'd be happy if I found this. I sure have left this wide for some reason. I guess I could just tell people, yeah, well, you know, them Texas obsidian points is always wide. You think? That work? And it's thin. At the base. Not thin anywhere else. I'm not trying to pull a fast one on you. I'm going with another round of indirect. Prior to very slight edge retouch, and then the pronouncement of this piece as being a late early triangle. How do you do that? I mean, like, if you're making an early triangle, but it's not early, then it's a late early triangle. Eh. Feel the bit to feel if it's loose, and feel the bit to feel if it's burred. But whatever you do, feel the bit. That was another one of those things where I hit high, figuring out what the heck, I'll get away with it. That one was too. And I mean, I barely get away with that stuff, but then afterwards I'm like, what are you doing? That was a darn good little flake. It's so funny how these flakes just jump when you're used to kicking like a Missouri mule on the Texas stuff, which I guess would be kicking like a mule that came to Texas from Missouri or something. That's that flake. Although most of my stuff doesn't look anything close to quote unquote right. My eye much prefers the look of, generally speaking, much prefers the look of percussion scars to pressure scars. But not on Eden's. See, when I am doing pressure scars, a fair amount of the time I try and push fairly hard on them. I actually kind of like the way that looks. I might just leave it like it is. I wonder if I can get it where you can see these. I know it. In real life, it looks way better. All right, I'm stopping. I'm not going to subject you to edge retouch, etc. So yeah. Bye. Freeze crack.